Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ruach HaKodesh. Double honors to our apostles who are elders who rule well. Blessings and salutations to you brothers out there teaching and enduring truth and sincerity. This is Rob Amaf with the Nebraska camp. This is GMS in Fort Nebraska. More of a walkie-talkie as you can hear in the background. But yeah, I was just doing some, morning digging, man, and looking up prophecies, relatable things to the prophecies. Came across this article. So, just being a watchman upon the tower, man, because that's, one thing we're definitely here to do. Not only prophesy, but search in accordance to the prophecies, because we believe in them. So we start looking for signs, all right? And we ain't searching for signs in a way that the scriptures say. I'm talking about indications, all right? Because this should surely come to pass, as the scriptures say. And so, therefore, we are, with patience, we wait for it, all right? So, this is from an article, I think it's IDR. I don't know it's the exact site, it's not saying. This article was put out May 7th this year. I believe that's today. It says, first Neuralink ALS patient uses brain implant to create YouTube video. Okay. And it says groundbreaking achievement in brain computer interface technology. An ALS patient uses Neuralink implant to edit and narrate a YouTube video. So pretty much giving people, because Esau's trying to use his left hand power to mimic the right hand side, all right? Because he's trying to entice people to follow his program, his image, his way, all right? And he's going to use these miracles, all right? And it's not ironic that, he's just following the lead of Yahweh Shai, man, but he's always going to do it on the left-hand side. Neuralink, the Lord helped the blind to see, okay, the lame to walk, you know what I'm saying? Pretty much help people that were disabled to be able to do things that normal people do, okay? And so we're going to get a precept to show you the process of, so we'll go into 2 Corinthians 11 and 14. It says, and no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light. And that's what they do, and that's why I said that they're following the lead of Yahweh Shai, because really they ain't got no good bone in their body, you know what I'm saying, to actually try to help people. But they know that, just like on the book of Eli, I need that book. Try to do what? To get people to follow and have control, And he ain't want to do it for the betterment of people. He wanted for his control, his agenda. And Esau's agenda is what? The Great Reset, all right, New World Order, whoever you want to rebrand it as. This was his intention, okay? And within that intention, he transforms himself into an angel of light, projecting himself to be somebody that actually wants to help, wants to do better by people, and it's going to be a lot of terms and agreements that's going to come with this stipulation, all right, that leads to death, ultimately, all right, relinquishing your rights of your whole existence unto him, okay? That's just how it always goes. It's always a catch-22, and the catch is just like, how all the movies show you when Satan give you a gift, is always something bitter at the end, or something that's worse than the gift that they gave you, So, within that, getting back to the article, it says in a landmark achievement, Brad Smith, the first non-verbal patient with ALS, amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, has Neuralink's brain computer interface, BCI technology, to edit and narrate a YouTube video. So pretty much he's able to do things that normal people couldn't. Okay, and what you think this is gonna do to the rest of the people that ain't got no legs? People, this already Special Olympics with people with no legs trying to run. So you already know they're gonna actually want to get up and walk and navigate things and do things that normal people do. So you already got the disabled, the elderly, okay, kids, kidnapping and all that, man. So there's a lot of there's a lot of trick bags, man, and trinkets and amenities, that I like to call Satan's amenities. You know what I'm saying? Those extra perks, okay? But getting back to, I want to bring this precept out mainly. This would move me to look that up. All right. Revelation chapter 13. I'll go to 13. It's a long read, but because we always read it anyway. You're gonna hear this from us at least once a week. All right, a chapter like this, verse like this, at least once a week is why we're prophets. All right, getting back to it, it says Revelations 13 and 13 is what we'll start at, and it says, and he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men. And it's talking about the beast. That deadly wound was healed. All right, and that beast, deadly wound was healed, is ultimately Great Britain. But throughout from Great Britain was America born. All right, so ultimately America is aka the daughter of Babylon, is the one that dropped those bombs and that fire that came from heaven. Hiroshima, Nagasaki. Fat man, a little baby. All right. It says, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast. Not only through the fire, the war on terror, politics, but then also these medical miracles, these food miracles, these reproductive miracles, okay? And they create images, okay? All right, they create images, they create icons, they create things for you to follow, whether it's a person, place, or thing. They always create an image. And this Neuralink, guess what the image is? Elon Musk technology, okay? That's the image. Science, pseudoscience, all right? That's the image or the likeness, because we'll get into that, all right? And because in 14 it says, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by means of those miracles which he had the power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast which had the wound by a sword and did live. Okay? And people dedicate themselves, to that. All right? So when we go to the word, let's go to image. There's another word I wanted to look up. That's what I said I wanted to get into, but we're gonna go to image in itself. Okay. So an image, it goes to icon. The brother Yashawamba, Elder Yashawamba, had brought it out. And you got icons as people, because when you go into the definition portion of B, 2, section 2, it says applied to a man on account of his power of command. All right, and Elon Musk and Trump are the power of command. They have, especially Trump, has an image. He has a mantra: "Make America Great Again." There's an energy that's associated with it, to the point that he don't have to say nothing to the people that follow him, and they know how to fall in line and keep according to his agenda. Why? Because he has an image. All right, it ain't no different from Adolf Hitler, Muammar Gaddafi. You know, anybody that has power like that will have an image, because the scripture says, you know, as a king is, so is his people, right? So how's the people gonna be like the king without understanding the image? Okay, and that's the thing that's always projected, and that's why these men behind the curtain present these cult personalities. Okay, because even with the Democrat and Republic, the two horns that speak as a lamb. Okay, they if the Democrats would have got in, it still would have been in the direction of the elites, because they would have still been going in the direction of transhumanism through the alphabet community. It still would have been happening. Now they're doing on a Republican side through healing the blind, you know what I'm saying, lowering costs, cutting trees. It's still in this pseudoscience direction, no matter which way you put it, you know, because it's gonna keep. They're gonna keep trying to slide both sides in until you got everybody circled into a cage, man, and funneled in, you know. And they're using these miracles. All right, going to that word miracle. All right. It says a sign, mark, token, that by which a person or thing is distinguished from others and is known, a sign, prodigy, portent, an unusual occurrence, transcending the common course of nature. Neuralink, war, pestilence, famine, everything that the Lord said that was going to happen, because really that MOTB can't come in unless a miracle happens. You know what I'm saying? Unless a staggering event, something, the MOTB will be the miracle. Okay? Because it's going to be an unusual cause, and it's going to need an unusual effect. All right? And they're going to, you know, whether it's a red flag, whether it's a domestic terrorism, whether it's war, whether it's famine, it's going to have to be something unusual as a cause, and then they're going to react and bring the MOTB. And they're already in the works with it. They already have it set up and ready to roll. The technology is not like it's far away. They just need to get the people mentally and spiritually in league with the idea. All right? And they're doing that through their propaganda, through their movies, okay? Oppenheimer's, you know, predictive programming, you know, through the food, okay? They condition people. They condition us, all right? But the elect won't be conditioned, all right? And there's a lot of false flaggers, not false flaggers, but whistleblowers that will, you know, be on point and resist as well, all right? But at the end of the day, you know, that's not, you know, going against what Esau still, he knows who's doing what. He has green, yellow, and red lists, all right? You know, people. He's already collecting your data on what you search and look up on YouTube, you know, but the mass of people he wants first. It ain't gonna be nothing to deal with the prophets and whistleblowers in his mind, because we're not huge in numbers. And then on top of that, we're our type of people, our existence is an annoyance to the average American or the average any citizen, because they just want to live in the flesh, live to the lust of their own flesh. So, and when we talk, you know, whether it's the whistleblowers too, because they're saying, you know, we're supposed to judge spiritual things with spiritual. When they're talking about, they don't know they're talking about prophecy, but it's still prophecy. You may not be able to break it down right, but the same thing is going to irk people when you're telling them that this is what they're doing. Because ultimately it's prophecy, and demons are resistant to it. You know, no matter who it's coming from. Because they don't want to hear about a war being fake. They don't want to hear about, you know, medicine is really a propaganda way of making money. and poisoning you. They don't want to believe that. It's easier to believe that there's a people watching over you that you could trust to do all the heavy lifting for you, and all you could do is just work towards your American dream. That's what people want. And that's how they built this place up to be like that. You know, to have everybody trying to chase being great while they funnel your ass into these 15-minute cities and concentration camps, man. You know, that's just the gist of it. So, yeah, man, we're not gonna be fooled. The elect gonna be fooled. All right. And that's why it says this day shall be shortened. If it wasn't for the elect's sake, the days should not be shortened. But the days wouldn't last. You know, if the Lord didn't intervene to save the elect. So, hey, that's why it's ultimately for the elect when we do this. You know. So with that being said, give all praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Bachadash. Double honor to our apostles who are elders who rule well. Blessed salutations to you brothers out there doing, teaching, and enduring this truth and sincerity. Hey, shalom.